Once you have the Collaborate room loaded on your computer, there's a couple of basic functions that you'll need to configure in order to be able to hold a live session with other people. On this screen, you'll see the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these will outline some of the major features that you'll use to start. The first is the audio feature. In order to talk when you're in Collaborate, you actually have to click the talk button. If you do not have an audio privilege, that talk button will appear grayed out and you will not be able to press it. The same holds true for the video button, labeled 2. Your video needs to be enabled, and if it is, then you'll be able to click that button. You also have the option to preview the video before you actually broadcast it to other people. On the right-hand side of the video button is a little magnifying glass, and if you click that button first, you'll be able to see what your video looks like, and then click the video button to show that video to the other participants in the room. Another helpful tool in having broader group discussions are some of the tools in the participants menu. In particular, under the arrow number 3 is the hand raising tool. And that's a good way to signal back and forth with groups, hey, I have something to say, and that'll show up on the participants list that so-and-so has raised a hand. It's just one option that you have to try and manage larger group discussions. Lastly, at the bottom is the chat window, and that's labeled number 4 in the red arrow. That's an area where you can have text conversations. You might put links in there. If someone's having problems with audio or video, they may still be able to participate in the session using that chat window. Now, all of these tools have to be enabled. And the default settings for rooms will be so that each person in the room is a moderator. Here we have the common solution path to any audio issues. We'll start with the speakers or the audio output. So if you have an issue where you cannot hear other people speaking, this is the set of solutions that you'd follow. And these arrows again are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4 from kind of left to right across the screen, and then 5 is the finish. Under the Tools drop-down menu, select Audio, and that'll open up a second menu, and you'll want to select there the Audio Setup Wizard. You could choose the microphone settings or speaker settings, depending upon what you're looking for. But the Audio Setup Wizard will actually test all of these for you and kind of walk you through a process. If you select speaker settings, just below the red number 3 arrow, you'll get the window that's displayed to the right, the Select Audio Output Device. What you'll have to do there is choose which, and that's the red 4 arrow, which device you want the sound to come out of. If you have a headset plugged in and your computer has speakers that you have plugged into it, and you have perhaps an internal speaker set, you may have to pick from a few. You can see in this case there's a headset, that's what's selected. There are 2 other high-definition audio devices. And in the case of the computer we're looking at here, one is an external speaker that's attached to the monitor. Another is just the internal speakers that are attached to the laptop. So you have to know which device you want to use as your output device. As we've mentioned elsewhere, you cannot use the speakers and the microphone on a laptop for this product because the sound will come out of the speakers and back into that microphone, and it creates a terrible feedback noise. So you need to, at the very least, have headphones on, and you could try and use the microphone on your computer at that point. We really recommend an integrated microphone and headphone. Just as you did with the speaker settings, you need to do the same path to set up your microphone. In this case, you can select microphone settings and choose a microphone device from the list that appears the same as with the speakers. In this case, we've chosen the headset. You may use a default setting that shows up on your computer. If you're using a webcam, you can see that in many cases those have microphone inputs as well, and you'll just need to select that and click OK down at the bottom right. The last tool that you'll need to configure is the video tool. To do this, you follow this set of red arrows here on this slide, starting with the Tools menu, following down to the bottom of that drop-down menu to Video next to the red 2, and then moving over to the next context menu, the red number 3, clicking on Camera Settings. Here you'll have to choose from a list of options for the camera, which may include an integrated webcam or an integrated camera that's built into your laptop, perhaps a USB webcam that you have connected, and other possibilities as well. But you want to select the correct camera. For example, if you have your laptop hook up to a dock and the lid is closed, if you don't select some other camera, you won't be able to see anything. That can be kind of an ongoing problem. But when you've identified the correct webcam, you may try you may want to click the button that says Display Participant Name if you'd like to show your name to the other folks in your meeting, and then click next to the red